Live EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. Tonight, it's another installment of the International Series, and we've got a good one on tap between the Kansas City Chiefs and our home team. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Going up top. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a pass is taken in by Hill, and he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's Prescott. Space to maneuver at the 40. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty, because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is, because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Looked like man coverage, able to read it there on the outside for the completion. That'll be something to track as the game goes along here.
It certainly will, and there's so many different ways that they will try to figure out whether they're in man or zone. Sometimes you'll run a guy in motion to see if someone runs with him. Other times you'll empty out the backfield, spread it out, and see if everyone comes out and matches up. In any event, anytime you see man coverage, you tell your guys you've got to win those matchups, because if you do, you'll get the football and probably for a nice game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. And again, it's Prescott. And Hill with it over the middle. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in with in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. That's already the third time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the three.
But that doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
On third down, it's Prescott. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to fourth down. And the kick by Butker is good. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up first and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On second down now, it's Gordon. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Partner, we've seen Melvin Gordon do it a variety of ways running the football. How about that last run? Had a little shake and bake to it there, didn't he?
He did.
Kind of reminded me of when he was at Wisconsin and what he did in Nebraska. His last year there, 408 yards in a single game. At that time, that's the NCAA rushing record, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then a week later, Samaje Perine broke his record with 427 yards against Kansas.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Here we go. Here we go. Wait. Hey, Haywood.
On second and 12, Rivers. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. He wants it all for the end zone. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
47.
Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Chargers getting set to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now Gordon on 1st down. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rivers to throw it. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Back to the ground now with Gordon. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
A reminder that we'll have more football here on EA Sports coming up Thursday night with the start of Week 12. We'll be, about 1,000 miles north of here and back down at sea level as well to watch the Colts and the Texans in Houston. Two playoff teams from a year ago. They'll do battle with kickoff at 8. Oh, Prescott stripped. And picked up by the Chargers. And some space here. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive...
And now it's blocked. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Give them 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
Check 26, check 26.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. It'll go as a gain of 33. And that play started back at their own 33. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Melvin Ingram has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Prescott off play action. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball, a little dangerous, could have been picked. Now it's third down. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
Prescott to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it. That's what you're looking for.
So now they have to contend with second and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 44 is the mark. 44.
From the gun, Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 17-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time. He was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. On the sneak, it's Prescott. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
There we go. Slide in. We own it. We own it.
Prescott to throw this time. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there of 20 yards. On first and 10, Prescott. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. The old Cal Bear, Brandon Mebane, gets the sack. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. The Chiefs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. They keep on the ground with Elliott.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Prescott down. And able to find Garcon. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A first trip to the red zone for KC. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Now Prescott. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Looking to throw. Prescott. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw is Prescott. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, as the first half is winding down, and the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Until that late score here in the 2nd quarter, they only have the field goal, so that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, and when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half, but when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as the head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just burrow his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break, as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. So the Chargers will start the 2nd half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Rush in. 64. Zero.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. Allen, the intended receiver. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Tight up. Back. Watch that. Here we go. Going to 54. Line.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs have tied it, and they can take the lead with the extra point. The extra point up and good. And that will put them on top here in the third. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Let's go, baby. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers out 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Hey, Rocket. Wait, 89.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A nice pickup on 1st down, 7 yards.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Delta.
Rivers. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the 2nd foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. Cap to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Set. Crown 80. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Hey, 79. Mike 50. Down to lose 1.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Darren Lee gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
He digs them partway out of the hole that they're in. It's an 8-yard gain, and it makes it 3rd and 12.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Watch the screen.
From From the gun, Rivers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point up and through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Back to it after the pick six. Rivers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's second and 10.
Hey, echo.
Throwing again. Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time, and it's third down.
Set, block 15.
Silver.
Load it.
Mike,
Operating from the gun. Rivers. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The safety, Buda Baker, there to force the incompletion.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Now it's Bird on the return. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it's Chiefs football, first and 10. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Watch the pass.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Mike.
Ready. 180.
Come to work.
We ran Delta.
Mike 5'9",
Hey, Alpha.
We go. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
Following the interception here, Rivers. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run it.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Chargers are within a 2-point conversion of tying this game. Throwing, Rivers. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
There we go. Wide in.
Mike 42, check, check, Mike 42. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Yeah.
26.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A first down carry by Elliott. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Mike 42, Mike 42. Target. 42's Mike, 42's Mike.
First down, Prescott. Looking deep downfield. That's going to be caught. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs have broken our tie as they take the lead. No problem there on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up first and 10 at their 25-yard line.
White!
50's the Mike. 50's the Mike. They're not ready for this.
Bravo!
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Working out of the gun, Rivers going deep for Benjamin. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
The Chargers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Send the receiver.
From the gun, Rivers. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Rivers now 8 of 17 so far, under 50%. Operating from the gun, Rivers. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Emmanuel Ogbah Able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. We talk about some terrific athletes. We're trying to put him on the ground.
And he's going to go down again.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool the defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll rifle this one deep right side, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. They'll start the drive with Elliott, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Back now in Mexico City. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
47. Here we go. 57's the mic. Mike 57. Man out, man out, man out, man out. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Here's Prescott. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Bird. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
That one goes for 24 yards. Prescott now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. 46.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Over the middle to Garcon. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Prescott on first down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Phillip Rivers, no stranger to fourth-quarter comebacks. He's led the Chargers back to victory 26 times coming into this year. But work to do here if he wants to add another notch to the belt. They go play action here on first down. And this complete to Henry over the middle. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Now Rivers. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
From the gun, Rivers. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. Well, that gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. At their own 20-yard line.
Everybody, oh, you got deep?
Watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left.
Gun.
We got 4. Check, 42 come up. Check, 42.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off here, the 32. A tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie, you better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
From the gun, Rivers. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So that is 2 pick-sixes he's thrown in this football game. Now, you take those away, Charles, it's a completely different situation.
It totally is, but guess what? They have to deal with what they have now, okay? So they can't just mentally go, well, if we hadn't thrown those pick-sixes, we'd be okay. Here's where you are. Here's where you're going to battle. But guess what? They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. It's a 1st down and more for Gordon. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, go orange. Orange. Hey, box drop.
To throw again. Rivers. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Load it.
Watch the slip. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 58.
Exit.
Operating from the gun. Rivers. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone, and they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Hey, downtown.
Mike, 44.
Go. Wait, 89.
Rivers to throw for it on 4th. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for a strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott is going to go for a big play downfield. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. The point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Get ready.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Son, 180.
50. Watch the slant.
The first down throw here for Rivers. Able to get this to Gordon. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Rivers now to throw on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jordan Willis in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Gordon. A gain there of 21 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Let's go. Hey, Delta. Check, 59. I got one.
Room.
Mike 5'9". Let's go, heavy. Let me what you got. Heavy?
Hey, Zoo. 300.
First down, Rivers. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Mike Williams, incomplete. Kendall Fuller there on the coverage.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Wow. Hey, 5'7". 300.
One last shot now for Rivers. Looking for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points.